Welcome to our core burn flow. If you haven't warmed up and wanting to go do that, there's a warm-up flow in the library that you can do, or give yourself your own warm-up. And we're using a stability ball today. This is really important that you have this. If you don't, go ahead and try another workout and come back when you have your stability ball, because we get to do so many fun and cool things with this today. So once you're warmed up, once you got your stability ball, come and meet me down on your mat. We're going to start seated, but with the ball tucked behind your upper back, kind of around the upper back bra line area. So I'm going to lower all the way down, find that perfect position, and having it further up on the back allows you to have lots of space for the low back to stay relaxed and not pinchy. Hands behind the head, elbows at 45. So that means you can just see your elbows in your peripheral vision. And I want you to tuck your tailbone under a little bit so you have a long spine. From here, this is a good one because it feels good, and then you also get a little bit of a burn, so it's kind of the best of both worlds. You will gently, cradling the head in your hands, lean back in space, opening your chest over the ball. This is controlled, so you're not just hanging there for dear life, you're really controlling this. On your exhale, start with your chin, gently tuck your chin. Round through the shoulders, round, scoop up and in through the low belly as you pull in, curling, peeking down between the legs. Inhale, open your chest, leaning back in space. Exhale to curl. So you can keep going here. Throughout our whole practice today, I'll give us different variations to explore. All are good variations, but this way you can customize your workout based on how you feel today, and maybe next time you do this, it'll be different because you'll choose a different variation, so it keeps it fresh. So the first variation to explore here, if you want to challenge yourself, is by hovering your right leg into tabletop. Lower down and lift, and right away I can feel for myself, it becomes a little bit more wobbly. The next variation is to bring the knee towards your nose, bring it in a little tighter on your curl. On your inhale, when you lean back in space, you also extend the leg out long. Exhale, knee to nose. So there's 3 variations there. I want you to choose what feels most supportive for you, what feels most controlled. Maybe even do a few reps of each variation just to explore what it feels like. Exhale, scoop up and in. One more if you're hovering a leg, and then we'll switch with the left. Breath is key here. Almost like every exhale, you gently hug the spine, feeling both sit bones anchored down. Go for 3. I can feel a little shake through the belly, but I have no pain in my low back, and that's key. Last one. And release. Awesome work. Roll off the ball carefully, grab it, come down onto your back, and this time the ball will go underneath your pelvis. So we'll anchor our feet down firm, lift our hips up, and roll the ball under your tailbone sacrum. All right, once you got that set up, you should feel pretty secure. You shouldn't feel like you're rolling all over the place, because the base of your pelvis, in this case when we're in a supine, the tailbone, the sacrum, is anchored down on the ball, so you should feel good. All right, from here, arms anchored by your sides, float right leg to tabletop. Extend your leg up high to the sky. Good. Why this is important is that when you warmed up, you should be able to warm up through the leg, so this shouldn't feel as super tight as if you had just extended the leg for the first time that day. So from here, point the toe. We will circle it out. I want you to trace the ceiling about the size of a basketball. Pelvic stability is at play here. In through the nose. Exhale, zipping. So the whole leg, the hip, is circling gently. The toes are tracing a basketball shape. And if you feel good here, your opportunity to expand is maybe your basketball turns into a beach ball. A little bigger. A little bigger. Good job. Let's invite in some tempo here. So as you circle down, you go right down quick and back around quick. Open slow, down and around quick. Open slow, down and around quick. If this feels not so great in your hip, you can always bend your knee, see if that feels a little bit better, or simply make your circles smaller. 3 and 2 and 1, switching directions. Notice your arms. Can you keep them anchored down firm? Press down through the triceps, the tops of the shoulders. They're there to support you. Let's go for 3 and 2 and 1. Stay here. Right leg is still high to the sky. Can you extend your left arm? So now we're losing some of that stability right away, adding your challenge. If you need, you can bend the elbow. Think like a robot arm. So it gives you a bit more support. Still a challenge though. Or straight up. From here, think like bird dog. You're going to reach your right leg away from you. Extend the left leg away from you. Exhale, they both come back up. Inhale, reaching and lifting. Exploring your range. How low does the toe dip? How far away does the arm reach? Maybe the thumb taps the floor. Part of this is the mobility in your own body. Go for 3 and 2, squeezing through the bums, activating the glute. Last one. And release down. Awesome work. Take a second, fill all the way up, give the legs a little shake or sway, careful with the ball beneath you. And we'll reset. Anchor down through the right foot firm, arms planted down firm, left knee bends, and then straightens up high to the sky, finding that length. From here, we circle out, tracing a basketball to start, gathering data of the body, specifically on the left side now. So how are things feeling here? Is it different than right? Turning on the core. Invite in your tempo. So slow on the outside edge, down quick and back around quick. Slow on the outside, down and back up quick. Slow around, down and back up quick. Use your exhales. Zip up and in. Last 3 before we switch directions. And when you're done, other side we go around. If you're steady here, maybe your circle's a little bigger as we start to near the end of this. Last 3 and 2 and 1. Stay here with the leg floating in the air, either just bending at the right elbow or extending the right arm right up high to the sky. We reach overhead, extend the left leg long as if it's reaching up and over something. Exhale, they both come home. Inhale, reaching. Imagine the heels sucking up and into your back pocket, squeezing your bum. Squeeze. You want to make sure that the quad muscle, the front of your leg, the thigh, isn't doing all the work. It's also being supported by the core, the glute, the hamstrings. Last 3 and 2 and 1. And fold back down. Good work. Okay, from here, lift your hips up. Take that ball right out from underneath of you and hold it in your hands this time. Right leg comes to tabletop. You'll press the ball into your thigh. Take a breath in for me. On your exhale, start to curl head, neck, and shoulders up. Press into the ball as if you could squish it right in. Inhale down. Exhale, roll up and press the ball into the leg. So you're creating resistance. You're not letting the right leg move at all. It's holding tabletop really strong. Go for 3 and 2, press firm into that ball, peel those shoulder blades away, 1, roll up one more time and stay there. Take the ball now behind the leg to the back of the hamstring, straighten your leg up long. Can you shimmy up a little higher on your shoulder blades, start to roll the ball up the leg as high up as you can go, and roll it back down. All the way up, inhale down, all the way up. Seeing if you can curl up a little higher as you roll the ball up. The head never comes down if you can help it. But of course, if you need that breather for a second, lower the head down, take that second, and then rejoin. You have 3 and 2 and 1. Stay here. You can hold the ball with one hand if you can and take the opposite hand behind the neck for some extra support. From here, this is a real challenge. It's a good one, I promise. You're going to bring your left leg to tabletop, extend it up high to the sky. Lower it down as low as it will go, and can you bring it up to tap the back of the ball? Down and tap. Down and tap. This is a great challenge, but if it's too much for today, you're going to toe tap down and cross the knee over to the ball. Toe tap and cross. All right, let's go for a 5, whatever variation you're in. 4, you could always have the head down 2, but you got this. 3. Oh my gosh, I messed up my counting. Last one. And relax, bend your knees, relax everything down. Good job. Oh, you know that was a hard one when I messed up my counting. Okay, that felt really good. Let's move on to the other side. Left leg, well, you're in neutral to start, and then left leg floats to tabletop. The ball is pressing into the front of your leg, the thigh. On your inhale, you prep. On your exhale, you curl up and press into that ball firm. Inhale down. Exhale, press firm. My left leg is solid in place. It's not moving at all. You should feel that little shake through the core. You have 3 and 2 and 1. One more, we curl up, we hold. Press into the wall with one hand. Take your right hand behind your head and skull to relax or to support it. Left leg extends up. Oh, hold on. I messed up. You're going to take it behind the leg. Did I mess up? Yes, I did. Take it behind your hamstring. Okay. Now we roll all the way up the leg and back down. Exhale as you reach. Inhale as you roll down. Exhale as you reach. Inhale back down. We go for 4 and 3. Peel those shoulder blades away. And 2. We got this. And 1. Roll it up and hold. Okay, now we keep left hand on the ball, right hand behind the head. Bring your right leg to tabletop. Extend it up high to the sky. We lower it down. It taps the back of the ball on the up. Down, exhale, tap. Again, maybe the knee needs to be bent. Tap the toe, bring the knee crisscross to the ball. Try not to let the tap of the leg affect your left leg in space. It's strong. 3 and 2 and 1 and release. That was so good. Oh gosh. Okay. Feet nice and wide on your mat. Let the knees sway side to side. You give yourself a arm stretch reaching overhead. Breathing in. Breathing out. I have one more for us. Reset. So this time we're coming onto our side. You still have your ball. Roll over and prop up on your elbow. We're moving into a side plank variation. Bend your knees. Hips are stacked. My heels are together. And when I kind of look over my shoulder and I can kind of see my feet, you want your heels in the same line as your tailbone. So if that view isn't quite visible for you, trying your best to imagine that they're lined up perfectly. Another good way to do that too, actually, is line your feet up right on the edge of your yoga mat and then drop your bum back right on the edge. And then that gives you a great visual too. Okay. Start with the ball just down on the mat. You're pressing away from the mat firm, so my shoulder's over my elbow, and I'm lifting away. I'm trying to keep my side waist, both sides long. The ball stays down for a moment. On your exhale, both hips lift up towards the ceiling. down, and lift. So this is our first variation. The ball gives you a bit of support, but of course it's still a ball, so there's still a little bit of wiggle there. Our next variation, you have your arm up to the sky. We keep lifting. Exhale every time you lift. Go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Hold, hold, hold. Take your ball, twist it under, and extend it up. Your first variation is to lower your bum down in between. Twist and lower. Your second variation is to keep the hips lifted the whole time. We have 4. Ooh, this is hard. 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips down. Take a second. Bring the ball down. Extend your top arm out long. Top leg out long. Arm goes back up to the ceiling. On your exhale, lift those hips up high. Can you lift your toes and the ball towards one another and away? And they lift and they go away. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Nice job. Give yourself a quick little side bend. Crisscross. Reach up and over. Lengthen through the side. That was just supporting you. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And come back up. Nice work. Let's go around to the other side. This is our last burner, and then you're done. Onto our elbow. We're propped up. My knees are stacked. My heels are bent. Heels are in line with my tailbone the best I can. Ball is on the floor. Lengthen through both sides of your waist. Big breath in. Exhale, we lift. Inhale down. Exhale, we lift. Nice work. Maybe hand stays here. Maybe you extend it up high. Every time my hips lift, I'm exhaling. My breath is audible for you to act as a reminder as to when to breathe, where to breathe, and to keep breathing. You have 3 and 2, 1. Stay here. Can you hold it here? Twist underneath and reach back up. Remember, you can always lower your hips down in between and lift and press. This twist isn't big. It's just a little tiny roll underneath. Especially if you have one of the bigger stability balls like I do today, you're naturally just not going to fit it underneath of you. Go for 3 and 2 and 1 and take a second. Ooh, I can definitely notice for me that this side is weaker than the other because I couldn't quite get my hips lifted up as high. So it's interesting always to acknowledge the difference from one side to the other. Okay, let's finish this guy off. Top leg extends out long, right? It's not too high up off the ground. It's kind of just below my hip point, just a few inches. The ball overhead, just above my shoulder. From here, big breath in, lift your hips up. You bring the leg and the ball together and apart. Now this, I didn't say it on the other side, but you can do it with the hips down. We got this for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and relax. You made it. Come to seated. Give yourself a side bend. Reach up and over. Come on up. Good job. All right, give yourself time to finish with a little cool down stretch. There's a video in the library for you for that as well. Otherwise, just give yourself a few little stretches to bring the heart rate down and calm the body, and have a great rest of your day.